Caribou populations in Alberta have been declining for some time. The Alberta government has released a draft plan for the Little Smoky and Allapeche caribou herds. What's most alarming about the draft plan is that the government is implementing the recommendations in the draft plan at the same time as it is consulting with industry and local government about the draft plan. The draft report's recommended timber harvest numbers lack justification, which have resulted in our timber companies having unsustainable harvests, which completely ignore professional and government standards because the minister is dictating the process. Unfortunately, the NDP government has not completed a socio-economic impact assessment on the caribou situation. And despite what the minister has been telling Albertans, the federal government is not requiring the province to complete caribou range plans by October 2017, only that there be significant progress demonstrated towards caribou conservation planning. It is beyond time for the Minister of Environment and Parks to come clean with Albertans and tell us exactly what is required by the federal government with regard to provincial caribou plans. Here are some troubling numbers. 70% of the Allapeche caribou herd's range is located within a provincial or national park, and they are still in trouble. 60% of the Caribou Mountain herd range is situated within Wood Buffalo National Park and Caribou Mountains Provincial Park. Only 23% of the Caribou Mountains range has human disturbance, and it is still considered unsustainable. Furthermore, despite having nearly their entire range located within a national park, the Banff herd completely disappeared. Wolf predation coupled with increased grizzly and cougar populations create persistent predation pressure. The good news is that federal and local governments and industry are willing to work together with the provincial government to develop a Made in Alberta plan that conserves caribou while sustaining our rural communities. Unfortunately, the minister seems reluctant to have any meaningful discussions with affected stakeholders to find practical solutions that work for everyone. Both the Environment and Agriculture ministers promised the region that Alberta's caribou plan would result in no job losses. Despite that, 2 contractors and their employees have been already laid off, specifically because of the timber harvest moratorium in the Little Smoky and Allapeche ranges, a moratorium that has shown no evidence it is helping the caribou in the region. Meaningful consultation must take place in order for an appropriate, scientifically defensible, economically sustainable response to be designed that allows for genuine local input rather than forcing through an ineffective ideological agenda that doesn't help caribou and wreaks havoc on communities.